Aries, welcome to your new moon in Gemini reading. And I want to start off just with an overarching theme, something that we could keep in mind for you as we get into this reading. And I'm feeling this one here, extremes. Oh, wow. I'm seeing the heat off of that, right? That is like so fire signish, right? So there's something about extremes that maybe you need to keep in mind. I'm also seeing, by the way, a full moon back there, and that it's just something that's catching my attention. So, and it's fiery. Like, I don't know, did something happen around the last full moon in Sagittarius, which is your fellow fire sign, right? Did something happen around that time? Um, that you need to keep in mind, okay? I want to shuffle and see about this new moon at this time. Um, it's a time of new beginnings that we're coming into, right? Hopefully, that last full moon, you ended what you needed to. You released and let go of whatever you needed to. Now it's a time to set some intentions for new ideas, and it's hitting your 11th house of all things Aquarian. So an Aquarius might be relevant, friend groups, social networking, social media, work colleagues, ambitions, ideals, soulmates, those might be relevant. But let's see what the cards are saying in terms of you getting some new ideas with this area of life and inspiration. And wow, that's an interesting as well because I'm seeing a completion, a culmination, which would be associated with that full moon, right? So did something close out that has now made way for a new beginning? And now you're going between two options or locations or trying to figure out, okay, it could be the ending and now a new beginning, getting from one place to another. I do see some guardedness here, and it could be boundaries, and somebody going back and forth about where to hold their boundaries and not to. Maybe tired, okay? Tired and exhausted of back and forth. And again, I'm seeing with this death card something about changes, okay? Um, this is significant of a death rebirth cycle. I mean, I'm really right out the gate seeing there's some major tie-in with possibly what ended 2 weeks ago and now something culminating. And I'm hearing in between. Okay, some of you may be in between and not so sure because some of you have been protecting something, and there might be a lot of intensity around this. Sign of Scorpio might be relevant. I think I might have already said that. There could be also a separation, protecting if this is a relationship. Yeah, see, this is somebody that you have an emotional connection with and trying to get some progress and forward movement. So what is the deliberation about here? What is the deliberation about here? I feel like somebody doesn't want, um, I don't know, it sounds really simple and generic, but somebody doesn't want something bad to happen because they've seen bad things happen before. And they're just like, "Ah, just don't let any bad come in," you know? I'm hearing some kind of avoidance or whatever, but this is interesting. Somebody's making a decision to work on something, maybe to give something a second chance, and probably the back and forth in their brain is like, can we give this a second chance? Could we work on this? It might involve resetting boundaries. Um, for some of you, it is going to be work relationships, okay? For others of you, it is going to be working on an actual relationship. With major arcana here, honestly, it's like really I'm seeing major arcana pop up a lot pretty heavy with the Judgment, the Chariot, the World, and the Death card. I mean, I see Spirit is really playing a major role in this, okay? Let's talk about your blind spot here, what maybe you're not seeing so clearly. Okay, it's in your 12th house right now, Neptune. So this is where you might be prone to deception, to deceiving yourself. And in the 12th house, holy crap, I mean, it's very hidden, very on a subconscious level. Might be something, an area of self-sabotage for yourself that you're not realizing, okay, or hidden enemies that you're not realizing. Pay attention to your dream activity because that I'm hearing something about leaking truth, um, leaking nuggets of wisdom, higher truth, spiritual wisdom. Let me see what your blind spot is for you right now, Aries. Please show me. These cards are not as have not been as forthcoming. This might have to do with your thought life, okay? The way that you think about idealism, all right? And that's at the foundation where it's creating some kind of separation. Also, loyalty issues might be coming up because something about your thinking, the way that you think things should be done idealistically, um, is creating some kind of, again, I'm seeing a theme of separation on both ends, where it it's driving a wedge between you and other people in relationships. What is this idealism? It's maybe even creating some disloyalty or not prioritizing people or things in your life um, as they should be. And I'm feeling this. Very important about decisions, and there's a woman here, okay, that's very relevant. Yeah, this has created a lot of endings, all right. Heavy endings, okay. um I think that this new moon is giving you an opportunity to end a time of maybe solitude or feeling lack or loss. You can get a new beginning and coming out of the cold, and closing that time out. If you felt like there was some lack or loss, you can get closure here. But I do feel that there is something going on that maybe you're not seeing clearly, particularly involving a woman. This could be, and I see a lot of spiritual influence around this woman is very key, but decisions around um, this woman, and that has brought some painful endings and perhaps some disloyalty. Let's see what the advice is for you, Aries. Voyage. I heard that some of you need to move on, and solitude. Well, there it is. I saw it there and I've seen it over here. The separation, the solitude. It's time to get on from that, okay? And maybe for a time in a season with Neptune in that 12th house, you've been asked to kind of go dive deep into what has brought you into this, or, brought this dynamic in relationships where people are feeling maybe you're not alone, but there's a feeling that you're alone in a relationship, okay? Or people in the relationship, they feel alone, which is super sad. A feeling like, well, I might as well be alone, okay? It's time to move on from this and dive into deeper oceans, Aries. Be blessed.